Hey Deckers, the Thaumaturge is finally available and I'm pleased to announce that it's running a lot better than the demo was originally. Huge thanks to Evolve PR and 11-Bit Studios for giving us early access for this one to test out on the Steam Deck. However, I am a little bit annoyed about what they've done in the last hour of this release. Now, before the last update, we had decent graphic settings. Unfortunately, they've locked this down on the Steam Deck now, so we literally only have motion blur and depth of field options, and they seem to have locked this with FSR 3 with frame generation enabled at 45 frames per second, with FSR 3 somewhere around the balance mark, which means we get some really bad ghosting and artifacting, especially in some of the background grill type areas, in the transition scenes, and of course, the infamous wiry mess of hair. Now, this is really unfortunate because I had a really great mix of settings with TSR that actually made this run at a very stable 30 frames per second that looked crystal clear, and I really hope that they bring back those graphic settings. Otherwise, the game is running very well. With the 45 frames per second cap with the frame gen 3, it does throw that frame time all over the place. It's pretty consistent and it is playable, but there is quite a lot of microstutter with these settings, and I'm really annoyed that they haven't replied to see whether they're going to reverse this change for release day. And I'm really hoping that they patch this back very soon so that we can tweak the settings on Steam Deck, and I hope it doesn't become a trend where developers continue to force settings on Steam Deck users. If you look at the settings on a PC version, there is a Steam Deck preset, which is great. Just be like Cyberpunk and let people either choose that or go and tweak it themselves. Overall though, the game is performing fantastically well. It's quite challenging on a lot of hardware, especially during these battle sequences. You'll see that it does dip down into the 19s occasionally in some of those transition sequences where your salutors are making their moves. I'm not quite sure what makes some of these transitions so challenging, but it is very consistent, and this is where you see some of that FSR 3 issues, especially around the hair and the background. It really can't keep up. Outside of fights though, everything does look very good. You don't notice any of those hair issues, and the background effects aren't so apparent with the FSR 3. So 45 frames per second with frame gen and FSR 3 balance seems to be where they've kind of stuck it for now, but I really hope that they open this up very soon. If they do unlock the settings, we'll obviously post an update on the channel so that we can show you the better settings that we managed to get earlier on in this process, and hopefully we'll see this with official playable status on the Steam Deck very soon. Otherwise, it is definitely playable, but hopefully it will be a lot better in a near update. Let us know in the comments below if you're going to be diving into this one on deck. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.